All right, guys, today we are going to be reacting to should men be allowed to hit back in self-defense against women? Japan.
What recourse do men have against malignant women? And I think the interesting thing, Andrew, in society has broadly recognized that the method by which men activate aggression through typically physical violence, that has been legislated against thoroughly for hundreds of years. But there's actually no mechanism to police the ways in which women
I know what argument Brian's going to say. Okay, let him talk
aggression. There's police the ways in which women display their aggression. There's really nothing. There's not even really much civil remedies. There's no criminal remedies, except for very severe cases where there's been they make a false criminal complaint and it's provable that she's lying. You know, you can get them with this, even many times when they do a false police report, the district attorney opts not to really prosecute it. They get off with probation or something, slap on the wrist. And then there's really nothing in modern society that has any sort of enforcement mechanism when it comes to female aggression in the realm of reputation destruction and this sort of thing. So I think that's interesting.
Well, there used to be.
And I've been arguing this topic for the longest. And I talked with my wife about this. This system that we currently have, guys, the system that we built, think about it. We built this system after a lot of men went through and filtered a lot of bad guys, just to put it that way. We went through war. We went through a civil war. We went through the independence war. We were in World War I, World War II. And then you have to account for the other wars for the other countries as well. So if we filter all these wars and all these violence on top of that, right? For men. Now females are entering the equation. Guess what, guys? We're having a hard time prosecuting females, guys. We have a hard time prosecuting females. Why? Because inside the male experience, or the male, how can I say, the instinct is to protect females. So we have a hard time trying to prosecute what we want to protect, guys. We have a hard time. That's why it's very hard for them to even get, if she's initiated of the domestic violence, it's very hard to just even put her in prison. If she get accused or found guilty of the same crimes of a man, they always get less crimes because we're not used to that, guys. This is a new thing. This is literally a new thing. And on top of that, we want to put them in leadership position, which makes it worse, guys. Because females don't have an extension of protection by force. They don't. They have the capabilities, but innate, it's not on them in a macro level.
There used to be, just so you know, there used to be defamation laws. And defamation laws were actually enforced readily. And let me give you an example of a defamation law, which was pretty common when the country was founded. If you talk shit about a man, you would end up sword fighting with him in the morning, and one of you could die. Or you would go out with a duel with a pistol and blow each other's brains out, perhaps, as part of a legal remedy for having your honor in some way besmirched, or your wife's honor in some way besmirched. There's many famous cases of this happening. However, there was legal remedies against women who did this as well. And here's what the legal remedy was. You could challenge her husband to a duel, right?
So their husband still had to just take accountability for the women actions.
And so that was a great remedy because that would take care of her security. So she had to be very cautious about who she was running her mouth about, because then if the other guy decided to besmirch her honor, her husband was obligated then to duel with him or become honorless. So that was a great way to keep that in check, right? Oh, well, you're going to be homeless and penniless without your husband's fortune because I shot him because he dishonored me, right? That was a significantly good way to keep some of that in check, but unfortunately that's gone. Like if you brought dueling back in modernity, 90% of society would correct itself in weeks.
What?
90%, unfortunately, that's gone. Like if you brought dueling back in modernity, 90% of society would correct itself in weeks.
Bring dueling back.
Bring it
Bring
back.
dueling
I agree.
back.
There we go.
Bring dueling back.
Bring dueling.
Hashtag.
What does it? But somebody can like turn down the duel. I'm pretty sure. But then
Yes,
you look
but
like a bitch.
Then they're
What-
labeled a coward.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? The whole point of honor was that you didn't. The reason people didn't run their mouth is because either you showed up to the duel or you're labeled a coward who turned down a duel. Right? So every time the other person saw you, regardless of what you said, you'd just be like, well, you're a coward, so who cares? And that's the end of that, right? But if a person's woman wouldn't, this is actually so common, the honor culture came back over to the turn of the 20th century. That's why when you watch black and white movies where men will look over and say, hey, quiet that woman down if she's like running her mouth, sometimes the husband would turn and smack her. Right? And the point of that was it was part of the honor culture of saying, look, you're about to get me in hot water here. Right? So there was a corrective lens.
And we've seen some of these situations. There's a couple of videos, and one of the most famous one is when a couple is in a football game, and all of a sudden the lady, the wife, is having an argument with another dude, and guess who end up just getting his whooping? The husband. She's having an argument with this strange guy that has nothing to do with it. She's just going crazy on him, and all of a sudden, who gets the person that gets knocked out at the end is the husband. So that dynamic has no discipline. There's no restriction. There's no shame. She can still be crazy, and that's a good example. She can be crazy. She can start a war, and they will have zero accountability for that, guys. And that's my concern.
Or a corrective action which used to be able to be taken. So
Can I ask the panel a question?
Sure.
Okay, so like going around, I guess starting here, if you hit a man, like you full on as hard as you can, closed fist, punch a man in the jaw or the eye or whatever you might do you think that he should be allowed to hit you back? Or are you expecting to get hit back? You've chosen to hit like a man. Can he hit you back? Or should he hit you back?
Depends on who hit
Hunted
first.
P.
You hit first.
You hit
Oh,
first.
I hit first. Yeah, just don't like beat me up.
No, you hit him as hard as you can. Now he gets to hit you as hard as you can.
Oh, as hard as he can?
Yeah, you hit him with full force, closed fist. Can he use that same degree of force on you?
It's a good question.
This is why you don't hit a man.
I agree.
As a
Did you
woman.
see how they're not answering the question, guys? You see why they're not asking the question? It's a simple question. He should. That's it. I'm not in favor of hitting a woman or hitting women, right? But you see how they're having a hard time trying to answer these questions, guys. Because that means that you had to give it to the man. You need to say, you guys are right. They don't want it because they're using sign language, see? The last one, the end, need to be right. That's why they don't want to answer that question with a yes or no.
I
Hold on.
agree
Let's
with
get the
you.
answers though. Let's get the answers first.
Can we come back to me?
Okay. What do you? Well, before we get you, what do you think?
Of course should be expected, but before even I hit, I try to also like my anxiety, whatever that the gauge is really the gauge like the gauge is too much, so so anyway I should expectation and yeah.
So yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yo, Elder, thank you for the membership. What do you think?
I think that men should not hit women. Yeah, even if a girl hits you as hard as they can.
That's
So
stupid.
even in the situation she presented, the woman hits him first. Do you think? But if the guy did, would you think that was wrong?
If a guy hit the girl after she had hit him the hardest that she could,
Yeah.
yes, I think it's wrong.
for him.
for the guy to hit her.
What about, is it
That's
wrong
crazy,
for the girl?
bro.
Think is it wrong for the girl to hit the guy?
Okay.
Is it wait? Is that I'm
Yeah, is it
asking you a
wrong?
question?
Oh,
Is that
my
wrong?
God.
Is it? No, I don't think so.
You don't think it's wrong for a woman to hit a man?
I mean, depends. It's just like one time, like she was mad, she hit him, and it's like the hardest she could, right? So
That's quite the concession.
yeah, a concession. Yeah, I think you
Is
said
that
it
a
right.
concession?
Yeah, I think so. I think I
don't know if
conceded
that-
there.
Is that a,
Yeah,
So-
I don't know if
conceded.
that was
Yeah.
the right
So
word.
he's expected
Wait.
to
No, go ahead.
he's expected to control his rage and his emotions and his like, but the woman, she just got mad and hit him.
Okay,
It's
if you think about it, right? Like I think that's one of the questions on the questionnaire. Like, are men physically stronger than women? And sometimes I'm like, yeah, men are like built physically to be stronger than girls. That's why we have different Olympics. Men and women cannot compete in the same Olympic team.
Wait, have you ever hit
Wow.
somebody?
Have I hit somebody?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
Like a guy?
Yeah.
And did he hit you first?
No.
Have you hit a guy multiple times?
No.
So you hit a guy, like you, tell us the story. What happened?
We just fought about something, and I was just like so frustrated. Like I think she said it. Like, I was like, ugh, and I was just like slapped him, and then
How hard did you slap him?
I slapped him like I think the
Very
hardest
hard.
I could. Yeah.
And that was the only time you put hands on a guy, or have you done it before?
No, that was the first time and last
First
time
time
in
Did
my
he
life.
smack you back?
Did he hit me back? No, he just like left. He just left the apartment, and I didn't see him the whole night.
What did he do?
Oh.
I honestly don't remember what he fought about. What we fought about.
Wow, that's
We
how
talked-
toxic it is. She doesn't even remember. That's how toxic it is, guys. And this is why she said that it's not okay, because she already did it. That's why Brian did that follow-up question. Because if she said, guy, in my opinion, this is my opinion, I'm assuming, if a female say, no, it's not okay, that might give you, or just, you can assume that she already hit a guy. Because the guilt is killing her. That's what she had to say. Hey, no, it's not okay. Because she already did it, guys. And here we have it.
about it again when
Was it cheating or no?
no, never.
What, he
nothing.
just didn't take out the trash or something?
It was like something like it was something
She's
I
like
forgot.
she's like a 1950s wife beater. You overcooked my fucking roast beef. Wait, what was like a common what
Pork.
My
Pork
island.
steak.
Pot
yeah,
roast.
You overcooked the pot roast. Opa.
No, yeah, I was like very petty. And no, the fight was very serious. It was about something, but I don't remember. I think it was about weed. I told him to stop smoking. Yes, I'll tell you. It was about weed. Yeah.
Did you guys stay together?
Yeah, we lived together at the time. Yeah.
Oh, domestic violence.
It was domestic.
My favorite.
Oh, we were in college.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah.
that's a position of privilege. Right?
Yeah.
So the same thing with when Chair One has to think about this, right? She goes, this is a tough question. There's actually a position of privilege that women have that I don't really understand why they have it, because if you want equality and egalitarianism,
Sorry.
yeah, if you want equality and egalitarianism, the idea here is going to be based around the fact that chivalry is gone. We are now equals. Chivalry would always put women in a position where they needed to be a protected class, and in exchange for that, men got virtues, right? Like chaste virgins and things like this. They don't get that anymore, so they don't really need to give out chivalry. If a man hits you in the face and you can punch them back, why is it if a woman punches you in the face, you can't punch her back? That actually doesn't make any sense.
Wait, can I add
Right.
something? Can I say something?
Yeah.
Doesn't
Because
matter.
that's exactly what I just.
This is our qualifier. It doesn't matter because we are dealing with the premise that is it okay for a man hit back if he got hit by his girl or whatever, or a female. She wanna now add qualified to make her case look good. At this point, she already realizing you looking like right now like a demon. First of all, the fact that you have to add the qualifier, the weed, I can guarantee you was probably something else. But now she want to add the qualifier to make sure she doesn't look as crazy.
You just missed my whole point then if you're saying that you don't understand it. What I'm saying is that men are physically stronger than women. Like for example,
but
like
men are physically stronger than other men. So if a man who is
yeah.
less strong than me punches me in the face and I punch him back in the face as hard as I can, I'm still punching somebody weaker than me in the face. Why is that socially acceptable?
No, okay,
but not socially hang on. But not socially acceptable to punch a woman who's
Yeah.
weaker. That makes no sense.
No, because then like that guy who's weaker than you that you mentioned is because like maybe he chose to be weak. He could like bulk up and get stronger.
Wow,
Right?
this
But the
is crazy
strongest
stuff.
that
Yeah,
a
but
woman
he's not
can get.
stronger then. He's not stronger when I punched him, and that's still socially acceptable. Like, for instance, if a man who's only as strong as you punches me in the face, it is completely socially acceptable, even by you, for me to punch him back. Why is it not socially acceptable to punch you back, though?
Because-
that makes no sense.
If you think about it, in the Olympics, like I said, like why don't women and men compete together? Like we just don't. It's like there's different standards and levels. Like even when you play golf, there's like a lady team,
Yeah,
there's
well,
a
where are the
men
female
team.
boxers trying to punch the male boxers then?
What if it's a male boxer, female boxer?
Yeah,
you
they're
saw
not trying to
a-
punch male boxers. And if they do punch a male
There's
boxer,
some
then the male boxer has a right to punch him back, right?
Why don't they have MMA with between women and men? They don't showcase that. on
Because they don't want to get hit by men.
If you-
Therefore, they don't want to hit men.
Men
Because
are in a
if
different weight class.
If you go, let's go to an MMA fight. The woman's conceivably going to be punching you in the face, right? And you're going to be punching her in the face. So the way that they avoid the man punching her in the face is to not have that fight. Just like a way for women to avoid getting punched in the face is by not punching men in the face, right? Pretty simple.
If you walked
Seems easy.
outside right now and there was a tiger outside and you threw like a rock at it, what would you expect would happen?
If there was a
That's a good
tiger
question.
outside,
Right
I
outside
threw
right
a
now and you
rock,
threw a rock right at the tiger, what do you think would
I
happen?
think it would probably like chase me. No,
So why would you throw the rock?
I don't know, to aggravate. I don't know. I didn't throw this rock. You're telling me. Wait, did you say to aggravate the
Actually, I got a
tiger?
better one for you. I got a better one for you. You teach 7th grade, right?
I taught 7th grade. Yes.
Taught 7th grade. Okay, isn't it the case that between about 5th, 6th, and 7th grade, often the girls are much stronger than the boys because they go through puberty first?
I think that the girls are. I know. I've never seen girls stronger than the boys. Like they were skinny. A lot of the girls were skinny and smaller. Than
Yeah,
the guys.
sure. But it is often the case women reach puberty before men do. And so in many cases, they're stronger than men are.
Oh, okay, I
at
can see that.
first, right?
Actually, yeah, there's some
So
girls
in
that were
those-
tall.
So in those cases, wouldn't you have to say that if those girls punch those boys, or if the boys punch those girls, the girls shouldn't hit them back?
Oh, actually, I think that it's like different because then like I was thinking about it as like we're all adults and then they're hitting each other, but if like they're kids, I feel like it's fair game. Like the guy and like the little boys and the little girls, they can fight each other. They're like the same level. Yeah.
Man, our Department of the Education has failed just to have simple common ground, guys. The Department of Education of the United States is so trash, guys, that it has failed to teach common sense. We're still arguing here. Something that is obvious. If a female wanna just throw a left hook to somebody, it's fair game, guys. It's fair game. We shouldn't even discuss it. You know why? Because in real life, if she does that, nobody here is gonna be just asking where my privilege are. Where's my privilege? Where is it? I'm a woman. You should not be able to hit me back. No, you guys fought for this. Now you guys are in a situation. If you throw a left hook to a guy that might be 20 pounds heavier than you, you're getting a left hook back at you. It's this argument, man. I forgot what it was. It's just this thing. They just have the cake and eat it too, kind of thing. They want to have both world. Traditionalism, where only it's convenient. I want you to open the door for me when it's convenient for me. And also pay for the food. But I'm gonna tell after that. I'm gonna tell you what to do. Female, that is. I'm gonna tell you what to do. We're gonna just decide what to do after that. I'm gonna just choose my dates when we can. Like, you can have it both ways, man. I want you to protect me, but I'm gonna make the decisions of the house. Right? I want you to provide for me, but I'm gonna just go for a different job and just listen to a boss instead of you. Like, they want to have it both ways. It should not be like this, guys. I want to be a politician, right? But females should not be drafted to go to war. Should be men. I don't know, guys.
Yeah, I think that it's like I've seen girls beat up guys. I've seen guys beat up girls. Like
Oh,
not
sure.
guys, sorry, like little boys, like in 7th grade.
Let's get the answers from the rest of the panel for your question. What about you?
I think if a girl wants to hit first, then you've opened it up for a guy to respond.
Sorry, what's the question?
If you hit a man, full force,
Yeah,
haul off and
there's-
punch him in the jaw or the face or whatever as hard as you can, should he be able to hit you back?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't think I should be surprised because that would be self-defense. Everyone should have self-control when it comes to anger and everything else.
Yes or no, lady?
I think, I guess really quick on this, I think a guy would be within his right to do it. As a woman, if you hit a guy, I don't think you should be surprised. But I would also have to advocate proactively, pragmatically speaking, as a man, even in like a self-defense situation, you got to just extract yourself from the situation, practically speaking, because even if you're 100,
That's basically the YouTube disclaimer.
she hits you first, maybe you're 100% in the right.
The
whether
YouTube
it's,
disclaimer, guys.
Well, I was going to say legally, or at least from a societal view. You can, even if she's the initiator, as the man, you still put yourself at like significant peril when it comes to the criminal justice system if you strike a woman. So you just, look, it's unfair, but that's how it is. You got to remove yourself from the situation if you can. That's why when I say I don't think men should hit women, even they shouldn't hit women in that situation, you got to remove yourself from that situation, and it has to be done with that girl. Once a girl ever puts hands on you, it's
That's
over.
it, man.
It has to be done.
Yeah, that's it. You do not recover from that. You will never recover from that. Good point.
So,
Good
but
point.
as a
Good point. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you next one.